I gotta talk about it. Hi. Welcome back to my channel. And if you've never been here before, I just want to say good luck. We're all counting on you. I'm Fat Sajak, and I'll be your host for, well, really all of these videos. Today's gonna be a little quiet, a little ASMR-y, a little toned down. We got the dark background. It's a little wrinkly. Today, hello? It's for you. Today I want to talk about trash TV. And if you have been here before, you know my trash TV guilty pleasure. Even though I don't really believe in guilty pleasures, because I only believe in pleasures, because why feel guilty about something that brings you pleasure as long as it's not hurting you or anybody else, you know? Anyway, my trash TV guilty pleasure is Teen Mom, and I am still planning on carrying on my Teen Mom series, so don't worry if I haven't gotten to your favorite irresponsible teen turn 1,000 or 30 something. I'll get there, I promise. But I am going to add this to the playlist as well, because we're talking about Teen Mom Family Reunion today. Before we get started, don't be a lazy piece of shit. Subscribe, okay? Thanks. Last year, MTV, in realizing that the interest in the mostly mundane lives of 20-something, 30-something moms was just didn't really have the draw that, like, 16-year-old tries to keep infant alive had before. So they decided to spice things up with Teen Mom Family Reunion. This was after creating Teen Mom Young and Pregnant, which I also will touch upon, because what a fun mess that is. And then they moved some of the girls from Young and Pregnant to Teen Mom 2, and now they've just combined Teen Mom OG and Teen Mom 2 into one big Teen Mom Amber Takes Manhattan. Sorry, she's the only one with a machete, so. Anywho, last season's Teen Mom Family Reunion was fun to watch, though I'm not fully certain I saw all of it. But what I did see surely was fun to watch. It was the first time in a long time I'd watched something from the franchise and I wasn't dissociating myself into another dimension. So that's a positive. If I was leaving it a Yelp review, it would say, stayed awake most of the time. Farrah, for real? 8 out of 10. So we had Cheyenne and Macy last season, who were pretending like they put the whole thing together on their own. We had Leah there for some more grounded normalcy, because we have to have an innocent bystander if we're gonna have drama. We had Amber, who finally left the couch, but not for long enough to get a real job. Caitlyn even showed up for a day after squishing out another crotch goblin. Ashley and Jade and Brianna were there. And like I said, even our friend the melted mannequin herself, Farrah Abraham, showed up briefly to piss everyone off, I guess. The concept for season 1 and the show as a whole is to get the moms together and work through their personal issues with each other, with themselves, with their partners, with their lives, all while doing like the challenge-esque challenges. Activities? I don't know. Things. Shut the fuck up! God, I'm a good storyteller. So I personally really liked season 1. I thought it was better than watching them sit on their couches with a blanket and complain about their exes or their baby daddies or their parents or their kids or whatever the hell it is they're complaining about. But then season 2 started earlier this month, and I'm all in. Now, the season, as of today, is 4 episodes in, and it's so messy, but like in all the fun ways. Teen Mom hasn't been this fun and this messy since that time Shan ruined Bar's birthday.
That baby, don't ruin your these ass. Calm down. I need you to calm down. These are his brothers, his family. I pay for this. I pay for this. She a gangster now. We came to celebrate a birthday. Not with you, bitch. Oh well, bitch. What you wanna do? What you wanna do? What you wanna do? Bitch. Call the police now. Get my sister, bitch. Out of here.
I told you, Young and Pregnant is fun to watch. So we're going to take a dive into the first 3 episodes, and I'm going to recap the 4th one because I just watched it this morning. All clips will be yoinked from Wayward Daughter on Twitter. They're an angel. Go follow them, especially if you either want to watch Teen Mom and all of its offsprings and either can't watch it somewhere or you don't want to give it the views because they do employ abusive people like Amber Portwood and Janelle Evans for a period of time.
Can I talk?
Etc., etc., etc. So this season, it's Caitlin who's pretending she put the whole thing together.
I want to be the one to put something together.
And instead of going to the beach this season, they're going to the mountains. I hate when people say mountains. Say mountains. Mountains. I believe they're in Oregon. And instead of bringing their partners or their friends this time, they're bringing their moms, which is just crazy. These girls, who are actually full-grown women, are going on vacay with their moms. OMG.
So this year, I decided we need to bring our own moms.
So we start this episode with Caitlin and her mom April driving to the house that everybody's going to be staying at. And April and Caitlin have what I would deem a horrifying relationship.
I think Kate's relationship had its ups and downs, was a roller coaster for a little bit there.
Yo, fuck that. I didn't even do anything wrong. Miss Perfect. I'm not perfect. Miss Perfect. I'm not perfect and neither are you. Never said I was, bitch.
So if you are unfamiliar or need a refresh, Caitlin's story arc in 16 and Pregnant was that she placed her daughter Carly for adoption with 2 of the creepiest looking Stepford Christians I've ever seen. And her mom April, who was in active addiction at the time, was married to Caitlin's boyfriend's father, Butch. And Butch was also an addict. Her mother was an alcoholic, and Butch was, I believe, addicted to cocaine. And yes, you heard me right. Caitlin and her now husband were step siblings. According to Caitlin, she and Tyler were dating first. But you know what? 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. Now, when Caitlin decided to adopt Carly out, Mother and Butch both fought her hard on it. When I say fought her hard, I mean they were outright verbally abusive to her. Disgustingly verbally abusive. And eventually I'll get to Caitlin's story in my series, so we're not going to go too much farther into it. But over the years, it seems like after April and Butch got divorced, April seemed to have gotten sober, or at least, she's gotten some semblance of California sober, where she's still drinking, but she is not drunk all the time. I don't know their lives. It seems like she is sober more than she is inebriated, so it seems like the drinking's at least a little more casual, which we're not going to get into the semantics of addiction. I'm just relaying the information. And it seems like Caitlin and April have repaired at least some of their relationship. Oh man, context is a hell of a thing that takes a hell of a long time to talk about. You're welcome. So Cheyenne and her mom, whose name I literally do not know because I don't watch Teen Mom OG all that much, but I do adore Cheyenne's mom because she's funny as hell. They show up next.
It's so cute.
I'm excited to spend time with Cheyenne, and I'm hoping for some good mom therapy. I'm hoping for good mom conversation with the other moms.
Cheyenne was oddly chosen for Teen Mom OG. And I say oddly because she wasn't a teen parent, like, at all. But she came from The Challenge, I think, with her then partner Corey and father of her daughter Ryder. Whatever. I like her. I can suspend my knowledge that she was not a teen parent. You know, I sat through the Halloween reboot, suspending the fact that Halloween 2 through Resurrection existed. I think we'll be okay. Then a caravan carrying Jason Voorhees, Amber, Brianna's mom Roxanne, Jade, and her mom Christy, who you'll better know as the voice of Roz from Monsters, Inc., probably.
Look at this. It's like the forest over there, but this part is like the desert.
Wazowski.
Don't quote me on that, it just feels right. This van full of trouble pulls up. Jade and her mom Christy also have a very... well, they have a past.
What the You're in jail?
Yes, on there, 500 and I'll pay you back. I swear to God, please.
What the Mom? I don't have $500 right now.
Christy is, I believe is, maybe was, I haven't kept up with a lot of this, so like, I don't know if I should use is or was, but I'm gonna say is with an openness to being wrong. Christy is also an active addict, hard drugs and whatnot, very much relied on Jade for things like a place to live sometimes. You know, occasionally would be watching Jade's daughter and wouldn't show up to meet Jade, or her phone would be randomly shut off. Similarly, Jade's boyfriend, now fiance Sean, was also an active addict, but it's my understanding that he's now in recovery and doing really well. Now, Brie and Roxanne should just get married at this point, and I'd love to give you a full backstory on them, but everything that you're gonna see from them in this video just speaks volumes.
I'm telling you right now, shut the up.
Brianna is from Teen Mom 3, when that was a brief thing. She has a daughter named Nova and a daughter named Stella, both from different guys, and she lives with her mom Roxanne and her sister Brittany, although I don't know if Brittany still lives there. Roxanne is famously way too deep in Brianna's business for how old Brianna is at this point. Jade and Brianna have been friends for a while, because when Jade had a BBL, and Christy was absolutely useless in her aftercare, Brianna actually took her in and took care of her, and it was sweet.
She shaved my cooter crap.
If you a friend will help you heal from an unnecessary procedure to make your butt bigger by using the fat in the rest of your body. 10 out of 10.
Bree, you're a good friend. And I saw you bathing her.
Yeah.
I was like, wow, look at my daughter.
Good God, Roxanne, get a hobby. Days of Our Lives on or something.
Brianna says that I have to learn to be less involved. It's about time. She's pushing 30.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Oh, hey, free. There's wine over there. There's some waters. There's iced tea.
Yeah, you don't want me on wine. I'm gonna get a water.
She's allergic to liquor. Every time she drinks, she breaks out in cuffs.
All right, that's actually funny. I like that.
I really don't know the moms. I'm not really sure what to expect.
I feel like walking into this one, it's almost like, are we back at square one? Are we, you know?
I honestly don't know if Ashley's coming, but since last season, there's been a lot of weird internet drama.
Immediately setting the scene, presumably purposefully to have drama. Because shows are not fun unless they have drama. Lots of it. Brianna in her confessional talking about how the girls agreed that after the last family reunion, that if there was any issues between them, that they would come to each other privately instead of publicly.
We all made a pact that we wasn't going to talk about each other on the internet.
No more social media.
People are still going to hurt each other's feelings sometimes, offend each other sometimes. It's going to happen. Is don't let the public set it on fire.
Just text or call each other.
If there was anything that we wanted to discuss, we would go to each other privately.
She goes on to say that everyone has done that except for Ashley. And then Roxanne goes on to say,
I actually like all the girls and their moms, except T and Ashley. Mind your business. T is a very fitting name. She talks all about the T, everybody else's business, on social media. Talk about your own daughter. How's that?
all the girls and their mothers, except Ashley and T. I feel like you can already see where this is going. Then the golden middle-aged child of the Teen Mom franchise arrives solo.
My mom is not going to be here this season. I'm really sad about it. She's not able to come. Her and my dad are on a vacation. But I'm kind of hopeful that maybe the other grandmas will like adopt me for the few weeks.
And then Ashley arrives with her mom T. I hold the unpopular opinion that in general I like Ashley's energy. She's a very polarizing member of the Teen Mom franchise. Ashley started on Teen Mom Young and Pregnant. Is she always in some shit with the other girls? Yes. Does she always start that shit with the other girls? Debatable. Does she handle herself well when she's in shit with the other girls? I think so. Are we about to see a whole damn mess transpire over the next few episodes? Oh, absolutely. Anyway, Ashley's husband, Bar. Yes, his name is Bar. Yes, he has tattoos on his face that he went to jail a few days before they left from a failure to appear warrant.
Bar went to jail, missed a court date, and so they arrested him. And so basically he's just got to talk to the judge, figure something out, and he should be out, and things should be good.
Hi! Hi, everybody! Hi, you guys! Hi!
To be honest, I'm trying to keep my composure. I don't want to start anything because I don't even think it's worth it at this point. So am I going to say hi to Ashley? Probably not.
Yes, there's nothing like being a mature adult in a room full of other mature adults. You're doing amazing, sweetie.
We are too old for freaking drama.
Yeah, you think?
I don't know anything about Roxy. Her and my mom have had some words because I was having words with Brianna. Brianna said she would spit on Kale. So I made a comment that said, ain't nobody spitting on nobody. This is going too far. Brianna didn't like that.
For context, Brianna and Kaylin from Teen Mom 2 had a long history of stupid fucking drama. Essentially, Brianna started dating Kaylin's ex-husband, Javi, after they got divorced, and they had it out, and there's just been a myriad of stupid shit going down between them ever since. The only thing Brianna does when she tries to incite a fight is yell, "Suck my dick." It's usually when she's already being held back by security, and it's really intimidating. I'm intimidated from here. But anyway, I digress.
So I hope that Roxy can keep it cute and mute when it comes to my mother, because that's one button that I will allow to go green.
I wanted to say, you guys, I wasn't here for the last one, but I'm super glad to be here. I'm glad to have the moms here. I think that's super cool. I hope that we can have fun with each other, get to know each other better, maybe some stronger bonds.
I like that Caitlin is just everybody's aunt from the Midwest. You know? She just is. And Kate gets a text from Coach B, who is the therapist slash hottie slash activities director on this cruise ship of bullshit, to put on some comfy shoes. And this is the very normal reaction to that text.
Vans are pulling up shortly. Make sure you have a comfy pair of shoes. What the what?
Very normal. Very casual. Nike. Just do it. What? So the Vans bring the army of boss babes and their moms to a bridge.
I don't even know what's going on. Oh, hell no.
Coach B is there and she is ready.
Hi, lady. So good to see you again.
Hi, Coach.
Hi, pretty girl.
To throw these bitches and their internalized fears right off this bridge.
We are going to identify your fears. We are going to acknowledge them, and we're going to rid them once and for all. You see the bridge that we're standing on?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to jump out of our fears off of this.
Amber, of course, volunteers to go first.
Who wants to be the first courageous one? I will. I will.
Let's go.
Once you've been to gel, nothing can scare you.
So what is it that has been holding you back?
My fear is that me and my son are not going to have the relationship that we had before.
And what was that relationship like before?
Completely beautiful.
She hacked into a door with a machete while chasing her ex, who was holding her son. Beautiful.
What was the big fear disparity that caused the relationship to demise?
It hasn't demised yet.
Okay.
That's my fear, though.
Ooh, that it will.
Yes, he is relocated to a different state.
What has separation done to you in the past?
It's made me have to work a million times harder just to keep a relationship with people that I love dearly and to show them that I love them that much.
All while broadcasting live from a couch. How brave. If you're not an avid, longtime Teen Mom viewer, or again, if you just need a refresher, Amber, when her daughter Leah was a baby, physically abused her daughter's father, Gary, on camera multiple times. She let a man she was dating for less than 2 weeks-ish change her daughter's diaper. She found herself addicted to pills. I believe it was pills. God, do I even remember? She went to prison for about a year in lieu of going to another rehab. And because she chose that, she saw that as her most selfless act. And then when she got out, she started dating some creep named Matt, who looked like the grease you find at the bottom of a bag of wavy Lays, who ended up having 28 mystery children. She really pushed him hard on her daughter Leah and definitely prioritized him over her daughter Leah. She had her son, what seemed like on a whim when she met a new guy, Andrew. And I already told you the machete story. She doesn't have custody of either of her kids, and rightly so. Amber has very few redeeming qualities, is the point I'm trying to make here. I was rooting for her hard when she got out of prison. I really was. And anyway, she let go of her fear, though.
So you ready to jump from where you are to where you want to be?
Yes. All right, guys.
Come on, Amber.
Taking this moment, think about what it means to you.
Amber, you got it. Love for my family.
I think jumping off the bridge was more feeling free, and there's so many people out there going through the same thing. You've got this.
Yeah, I actually kind of doubt that there's so many people going through the same thing. Anyway, Brie goes next to conquer her fear of being everybody's guidepost for everything, I guess.
What fears are you jumping out of?
I don't know, I'm just tired.
Tired of?
I feel like I gotta take care of everybody in my family. It's just too much pressure.
So you're jumping out of being the one that has no one to help them as much as you happen to help.
Yeah, I don't want to be everybody's person.
Which, if you've seen Roxanne exist, makes terrific sense. And in true Roxanne fashion, she makes this moment all about herself.
I'm literally terrified.
I can't.
Is my mom okay?
Where is she?
Why is my mom walking off?
As Brianna is literally just like,
I'm doing this so something can be about me, and I don't have to emotionally support everyone.
Is she about to leave now? Watch me jump off this bridge?
I definitely need my mom right now, and she completely walked away. I'm so confused.
I can't do that.
Are you okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, but you didn't even say bye.
Yeah, but I don't even want to see you go. That's scary. You're not scared?
Duh.
I can't take it. My anxiety, no, it freaks me out, makes me want to cry.
the proof is in the pudding. Right here. As Roxanne freaks the fuck out, starts crying, walks away before Brianna even jumps. But don't worry. Don't worry, because Brianna is there to reel her mom back in, because that's called a cycle.
Why? I'm beautiful. Don't cry. You okay?
Mm-hmm. I don't know if I can watch Brianna jump off of the bridge. The fact is that it's very scary. That is so far down, feeling like she might get jolted up. Accidents happen. okay?
Your mom is saying, I got your back.
Always.
Look at that. Come on. Are you serious?
She knows without a question of doubt.
But knowing and you telling her and showing up, that's like two different things, Mom.
Anyway, let it go, girl.
Brianna, you're jumping into everything you want to be. Let's go!
God, I love metaphors. Anyway, Macy jumps next. Ashley goes back to the car. Both of these things I don't really care about. And Cheyenne refuses to jump because she just had her tits fixed recently. And honestly,
I just got my boobs fixed. I don't want to break them so soon.
Fair enough. Then Coach B and Macy team up to convince Caitlin to jump, which pisses April off.
Coach B, Amber, and Macy are encouraging Caitlin to jump.
I'm literally having a panic attack.
It's okay, breathe.
I don't find it encouraging. I find it to be peer pressure, but okay.
Just breathe.
So Kate jumps, and that's cool because she was scared, so everybody's proud. Cool. Anyway, this concludes the first day of activities and rolls out the red carpet for the but not yet. It's coming though, I swear. But before we get to it, a quick intermission.
Be on a plane to stop yelling in my house or you can get out.
Hi, welcome back. So, we left off. Where'd we leave off? I'll tell you where we left off. We left off with Coach B trying to throw these women off a bridge, and now we're at the house that these grown people who mostly got knocked up in high school will be spending their coming weeks, month or so, a period of time.
Shut the fuck up!
Yes! Oh my god. It can't fit all the bitches in there.
So Caitlin, aka MTV, has a surprise for the rest of the girls.
So I have a surprise.
And lo and behold, it's...
All I'm thinking is, hopefully Farrah doesn't walk in.
Kayla and Kaya from Young and Pregnant. And their moms. And no, Kayla and Kaya are not some like weird twins who both got knocked up at 16 and they both had twins and then they had twins and oh my god, this cycle continues. Now I like Kayla and I like Kaya, but I haven't caught up on Young and Pregnant since season 2. So I can only give you what I know, okay? Here we go. Kayla had her son Isaiah with her ex Stefan, who is basically an anthropomorphized yard rake with like a broken speaker crudely duct taped to it, but the speaker only plays muffled sounds of squeaking shoes on a basketball court. Anyway, he's a deadbeat piece of shit, and she fought with him and she fought with his mom, who's also a piece of shit. Please don't enable your sons to be pieces of shit. If you notice that your son is being a piece of shit, or if their baby mama is telling you that just don't enable your sons to be pieces of shit. Okay. It's our jobs as mothers to make our sons not a pain in the ass, okay? Anywho, Kayla went to college, she met Luke, she and Luke moved in together, they had a daughter, Aria, and I didn't watch any more seasons yet. I think he cheated on her. And they're now broken up, but they're both living in Kayla's mom, Jamie's house, which sounds very comfortable. Anyway, I like them because I like Kayla. She seems like a nice girl. But I also like them because they're from Illinois, like me. And I like a thing or two that I can relate to. And there are definitely 2 things that I can relate to in Kayla's storyline. Now, Kaya didn't come to Teen Mom Young and Pregnant until season 2. She got pregnant by a guy with so many pink letters in his name. I think his name is Xavion. Is that right? Spelled X''Zayveon. There's just a lot of letters in there. I couldn't spell it without looking with a gun to my head. I couldn't. He was locked up for a long time. I'm not sure if he still is. I don't think so. But Kaya was then with her girlfriend Tiesa, who also has a lot of letters in her name, but it's easier to spell. And she stepped all the way up. And she helped take care of Kaya's son. A lot of Kaya's storyline, at least in her first season, was about her rocky relationship with Tiesa and the complications around visiting Xavier. Am I saying his name right? I don't know. I feel like I am. It seemed like she had hella postpartum depression. She was very, very volatile. She was always upset. And again, I didn't watch the season or seasons. I don't even know how many there are of Young and Pregnant, but I didn't watch any of the others. So that's the most I know about Kaya. I like Kaya. She's adorable. I am winded. These girls show up.
Surprise, bitches. Young and Pregnant is here.
And they're all introducing themselves.
Nice to finally meet you, Macy. I'm Macy. I know who you are, girl.
Does this feel awkward to anybody else? Because I'm going to wager that Tiffany, Kaya's mom, and Macy are like probably close to the same age. At least closer in age than Macy and Kaya are. So evidently, I love Teen Mom Family Reunion because it catches me up on all the things I've missed, such as how to spell the name Xavier. And evidently, Kaya and Ashley also have issues.
Hi, I'm Kaya, and you know me from Teen Mom Young and Pregnant. Jade got moved from Teen Mom Young and Pregnant the year that I joined Teen Mom Young and Pregnant. I'm excited to meet everyone, but I'm not too, fond of Ashley.
This entire time, Ashley is just, creeping around the house. Looking sad, looking tired, looking sick, looking underwhelmed, looking like she probably should have just stayed home for this one.
You can feel the negative energy coming from Kaya and Ashley from the very beginning.
You can feel the instigation coming from the immaturity sitting firmly inside Roxanne from the very beginning. So, as I understand it, Kaya had an issue with Ashley because Ashley made a post about Kaya that Ashley said wasn't about Kaya, but if the shoe fits, wear it. And Kaya still sees that as being about her because, of course.
I'm not that fond of Ashley because she got on Instagram and made this long ass post about me, and I was like, sis, what are you doing? I don't feel like I can mingle knowing that I feel some type of way because I feel like that would be fake of me.
But Ashley says it's not about her and this is real drama that adults are having, evidently. Now, Kaya's mom, Tiffany, who is a literal angel, and I adore her, explains that it went down between Kaya and Ashley and that Ashley's mom, T, inserted herself.
My friendship with T, it didn't last long because we got into it online because our children, Kaya and Ashley, got into an argument and T interjected herself. And so I was defending my daughter and we haven't talked since.
And that resulted in T and Tiffany falling out too. And seriously, this is somehow real drama that adults are having on purpose, adults with children and jobs. I know this feels like a lot of information, but I'm trying to give you the context before all hell breaks loose, okay?
Oh, hello. How are you? Nice to see you. Nice to see you.
Did you see that? Did you just see that? Did you see how Tiffany, though she does not like T, she was civil and cordial and didn't cause a scene and didn't try to incite any issues? 10 points for maturity. Now put a pin in that because I'm about to light it on fire. So this was literally just the first day, okay? This is just the first day. It's about to get a whole lot messier, but right after this.
I am not drinking. I had one sip of wine.
We're back. When we left off, 10 points went to Gryffindor for all of the good choices and civility that were happening. So all the girls are sharing rooms with their moms, which is fun. Jade, though, evidently didn't get a lot of sleep because Christy has sleep apnea.
I didn't get a lot of sleep last night. It's very hard to share a room with your mom. My mom has sleep apnea. She was snoring all night.
And an open bag of Cheez-Its. Those are gonna get stale, girl. So we make it into the kitchen and Ashley and T are cooking for some reason, even though Macy says,
Good morning. Good morning. How are you? Good. There's food over there.
T says good morning to Bree and Roxanne, and immediately they take that as an attack because we are adults.
I'm tired. But Ashley and T are in the kitchen when I walk into the house. I'm gonna keep my distance.
Good morning, Brianna. Good morning, Roxy.
T tried to say good morning to me, but I didn't say anything back.
And then there's Caitlin, who's just excited to build bonds.
And build bonds with everybody.
And, you know, Jade tells a really good story.
I got my daughter a stool. I'm like, you hungry? Go get yourself a little snack.
And then Kayla finally tells all the other girls about her relationship with Luke and where they stand.
Are you living together? Yeah. How's that?
It's awkward. So I met Luke when we were both going to college. We had moved in together in October, and I got pregnant like end of November.
Like I feel like he proposed to like save the relationship instead of like, oh, we're at the, you know, part in our relationship, we should get married.
Luke and I were previously engaged, and then I ended up calling off the engagement. So right now, currently, we're technically not together, but we live together at my mom's house as like co-parenting partners.
And when she's done doing that, Jamie cuts the bullshit.
It's weird as really.
But while all this is going on, Ashley gets a call from Bar, who is still in jail.
You are receiving a call from an inmate at detention center.
Bar calls me every day, multiple times a day, from jail. What? He is being extradited, which means that California has decided to come and pick him up and make him fight the case from a California jail. It's just much more time not seeing him.
And as we find out later, he's facing up to 5 years. So Ashley's upset, and she and T go back to the room to like sleep or whatever. And on their way, Ashley tells T that every time she and Roxanne are near each other, Roxanne keeps almost knocking into her, and it's starting to piss her off.
Roxanne gonna keep trying me, and I'm gonna push that bitch down on the ground. Hey, baby. Every time she walked past me this morning so close I didn't move. Bumped right into that bitch. She playing too many mother games, bitch. Stay the mother away from me.
And this, girls, gays, and theys is what's known as
foreshadowing.
So Caitlin and her bonds
and build these bonds
decide to try and help Kaya analyze what's going on with her and Ashley.
We got into like a social media. It was really bullshit, honestly. I had started a business and she had started a business. A lot came out that she was copying my business ideas or whatever the case may be. She gets on Instagram and she makes this whole post about how she doesn't have to steal anyone's business ideas, and she just was throwing like low blows in there. Things that I knew had to do with me without her having to say it. When I confronted her and asked her if it was about me, she goes, no, but if the shoe fits, wear it. Because if it's not about me, then leave it at that. She just kept coming at me like in the DM.
I'm excited to get to know you even more.
Thank you. I'm excited to get to know all of y'all and have fun.
Right? That's what it's supposed to be about. The drama.
It's nice to see the bonds.
And build these bonds.
So the girls and their moms are set for a day hanging out at the pool when Cheyenne's mom starts talking about teen pregnancy like it's a genetic disorder.
No, I have teen pregnancy in my family. My grandmother was a teen. My dad was a product of a teen pregnancy.
And Kaylin and April have a moment in the pool. That's weird phrasing.
I feel like there might be things that she might open our eyes up to where it's like, oh, I'm open, but no, I'm like, I don't want to cry.
I know Caitlin's really big on therapy. I'm just worried that Coach B is gonna portray me as a bad mom.
I'm sorry, who's gonna what now?
Go away. You're getting mad at me for no reason. You're irritating me. Get out of my fucking face.
Hey, for no reason. Condescending bitch.
Okay, Mom. Shut your mouth, Caitlin, before I shut it for you.
So Kate starts analyzing April while she's just trying to enjoy her White Claw.
You automatically go to anger because I think that's what you had to do growing up as a kid. I think it comes from like your childhood. Like, were you not able to express feelings and emotions to me, or were you afraid to? Both.
And then, like any good time at the pool, it's time to feel each other up.
I got fat, implants, and I like it. I'm glad I did it. I'm glad because a lot of people say like the implants like, oh, so round and pretty, but I was glad I didn't.
Yeah, that's so soft.
And that is until Coach B shows up to ruin everybody's good fucking time.
I'm apprehensive because the last time I saw her, Brianna jump off that cliff.
You're anxious because your daughter participated in an activity yesterday, and it wasn't until then that Coach B made a fatal mistake.
I'm so excited not just to have the moms here, but I also got the grandmas here.
Call us glamours.
Grandmas, okay.
Glamas. Sit with it.
We're glamours, you know, because we're glamorous women.
So basically, Coach B tells everyone to shut the f up and get dressed in something you don't care about getting dirty.
I have another surprise team building exercise. Get in something that you're okay with getting very dirty in.
Which sounds promising. And naturally, this leads Caitlin and April to go banging on T and Ashley's door to get them to come out and play. Because taking a hint does not run in the family. So they summon Ashley and T somehow, because I sure as hell wouldn't get up for that. And Coach B brings them to a glamorous try that one, Fergie.
A mud pit.
A mud pit to help them with their intergenerational trauma, of course.
Oh, there's a pit.
Got it, baby?
Are we some pigs?
This is mud.
I don't want to roll around in the mud.
It look nasty.
The girls are going to tell their moms why they suck, and then their moms have to take it in and then pull their daughter out through good communication.
We are going to have moms in the mud, grandmas outside the mud, and we are going to identify an issue we see within yourself and your partner. The rope represents the relationship between mom and grandma. The mud represents your issues and your challenges. Once that issue is identified, you're going to use not only your strength, grandma, but also your effective communication to pull your daughter out.
Glamas. So Ashley and T are up first, and we get this sort of emotional, dramatic moment.
What is it that you want to work on with mom?
She doesn't trust me to make the decisions that she raised me to make.
I'm trying to protect you from all the hurt I felt.
From?
Abuse, rape, dope, molestation, lies, abandonment. And I am the way I am because I don't want you to ever have to see it. Have to deal with it for the family.
Stay there. What does that stuff represent?
I think I carry it because she carries it.
You got to release it. How does it show up?
I don't know.
While April's mango White Claw cheers her on like she's playing a fucking football game.
Come on, Ashley, you know, dig deep, honey, you got this, come on.
T admits she's trying to protect Ashley from all the big scary things in the world, not limited to her husband Bar.
Anything else you're protecting her from that you want to let out?
Sometimes I feel like I need to protect you from Bar.
But of course, in her confessional, Brianna says,
This felt fake. Like, was tears really coming out of T's face when she talked about her experiences?
which I think is kind of a gross thing to say. I mean, you know, some thoughts are inside thoughts, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. What do I know? I'm not into my coworkers' ex-husbands. So Bree and Roxy are next.
What is it that you want to work on with mom?
So I feel like you are so strong that you made me to be strong, that I don't know how to show emotion because I feel like I can only be strong.
Because it's a day that ends in day, Roxanne is crying and they don't really resolve anything. Bree said what she needed to say and what hurt her, and Roxanne said,
Like I dropped the ball so many times.
It's okay.
We're not perfect. I don't want my kids to see me struggling, so I have to suppress all my so that they don't really see me going through it.
Stay. Are you open to working through that for the sake of your daughter?
Yes.
Roxanne cried and agreed to work on it. I don't know what it is, but she's gonna work on it. Which is that I've always really wanted to like Roxanne. And I think at the core of it, she's a good mom who loves her kids more than anything, and her granddaughters as well, and that's great. But she needs to learn how to like find a hobby. So Kate and April are next, and Caitlin is very apprehensive about being honest with her mom.
I'm nervous and scared. Like, do I have the strength to be 100% open and honest with my mom?
What is it that we're working on with mom that you want to address?
I'm sick of being the perfect child
I'm sick of always being the one that has to have it together.
I'm the one that has no problems. I'm the one that has like a perfect relationship. I'm the one that she's the good one. Don't need nothing from her.
Who's the mom in the relationship?
She is, but partially I feel like I am.
Caitlin has been telling you what to do and how to act since she was like 12.
She believes it.
Because you're so strong, I don't have to worry about you. You always have been. You've been the best kid in the whole world.
Stop.
April, my God, this isn't a fight over Slim Jims at the 7-Eleven. Chill out.
Stay right there. Stay right there.
I never had to worry about you.
April was so aggressive. It was such a weird situation. Like, that was too aggressive for me.
Mom. And you wanted rules.
Stay right, Kate, stay there. Kate, stay there.
Stop.
Stay there. You have to stop making this about you and let her have her moment.
Yes, trying to make it about me.
But this is what you're doing.
Metaphors.
Kate, how did it feel when she dropped the rope?
That she was like mad and upset at me.
Because that's my reaction.
If it's not the way it goes for her.
Yeah.
I don't like you.
April's like the perfect representation of every like boomer parent who's afraid of going to therapy because they might uncover who they actually are and like what the problem is, and it might be them, and like they might have to like fully admit and truthfully accept that they're wrong. You know, I'm not saying I don't appreciate her efforts here, especially after almost drowning her daughter in a 4 feet deep mud pit, but goddamn.
Gently pull her in at a pace that will work for her. Can you do that?
Yep.
Kate, you just let her gently pull you in.
Let her be your mom.
Come on, baby. Come on.
Anyway, after deciding to let her daughter see another day, April and Caitlin hug it out, and we move on to Kayla and her mom, Jamie.
What is it that you want to work on or address with mom?
I want my mom to like respect me as a mom.
Mom, what did you hear her say?
That she wants me to let her learn how to handle everything on her own and not fix it for her.
Now I want to be clear that I really, really like Jamie. I think she's a good mom, and she's good to Kayla and her kiddos for sure, but everything she says to this sounds like guessing until you fit the shape in the right box.
But I don't feel like you do fix it for me. I feel like you just criticize.
I want to work on empowering you. You are a great mom. You are a great...
What does she do as a great mom that makes her a good mom?
You are a single mom living with their dad in my house.
You were trying to give me a compliment, but to me that was an attack. Because that's like I'm not doing well enough, even if you meant it as a compliment.
Yeah, that's what I heard too, girl.
And that's exactly what she's talking about. She experiences. I'm gonna empower you, and then I'm gonna disempower you by showing you what I'm doing for you.
I'm too negative, and I never tell her she's good enough. And I always feel like I do, or I don't know how. You are such a good mom.
Pull her up.
It's not about...
You're a great mom.
Okay.
And what else is amazing about her?
She's a great daughter. She's a great friend to her friends.
Again, I adore Jamie. But I'm not fully confident she's ever given a compliment without qualifiers before. So the girls are feeling better now that they've gotten to unload on the glamas, except for Kaya, because evidently she and her mom Tiffany did one of these and they didn't even fucking show us. Anyway, mud fight. So after all the tears and all the lulls, we're back at the house where T and April are having a moment.
I guess the question is, am I really ready to open up and talk to her?
Are you ready to deal with the trauma?
No.
I'll have your back because I know that feeling. I've been there.
Because we know
So
how.
what do you think about the work that Coach B
I
did
think that
today?
bitch is smart.
She better get
As
out
much
my
as
business.
Ashley is sad on the phone talking to Bar. And the rest of the girls at the table are working on this season's taglines and voice blurbs.
We think we're different, but we're really not.
No, I think it's a lot of trauma at the table, but I also think it's a lot of love here too.
Like we're the only ones that can truly understand each other, so we should not be going behind each other's backs. We should not be talking about each other.
And then...
Yes. And to get it from a mom in the group is bad.
And we're off.
Let's talk about it.
Right about now.
What's the problem, Roxanne?
The problem is that your daughter inserted herself in a situation that she had no business inserting herself. No, tone it down.
Brianna was having a falling out with Kale. Ashley went on live and started talking, and then her mom just ran her mouth on social media about my daughter, and I'm done with the bullying of my daughter.
She was so disrespectful, shame on her. My daughter would never talk to any mother in this table the way your daughter speaks to me.
Your daughter sent a fucking treadmill to Kale. Okay? But not to body shame her, to send her a new hobby. Not that, like, Kale's an innocent bystander, because Kale's got her own host of problems. Kale's the next teen mom we're doing, and it's gonna take a lot of energy. But let's not pretend that, like, Brianna is some, like, wounded victim in a shootout of verbal abuse. She's just as much of a participant in each and every one of these dramas that have come up between these grown-ass women.
And I don't care what trauma she has, there's no excuse for it. And then you want to go on live and talk and discuss my daughter, like who she's dating, who she's... None of your business. None of your business.
So when T's done cleaning her teeth at a table of other humans, she opens up to her mouth to respond to Roxanne flopping around like a Muppet. And immediately...
Well, I don't want to hear it. You have nothing to say to me. I don't give a bitch. Hold on. I don't give a crazy. No. Yeah. Your own ass don't have nothing to say.
Those are people's moms. Grandmas, even. Glammas, even. Good Lord. And it's only going to get messier from here, so we'll be back for the third and final part right after this, okay? Grab your popcorn, because it's about to get fucking stupid. Go! Episode 3. This is night 2 of these people's stay. Episode 3 starts with tense music. And I know this because it's captioned tense music. So Roxanne has said her piece and completely shut down any sort of discourse from across the table. Let's get back into it.
How the hell did we go from like this mellow, chill, trying to discuss our problems vibe to just on 10?
You got the one, you got the right one, bitch. Trash. Yeah, you got the right one. Yeah, I got you.
Well done, everyone. Well done.
I don't even know how people can do that at this age. I have a bad knee. I mean, I don't understand.
Thank you, Cheyenne's mom. Thank you. Thank you. One day I actually will learn your name.
Why? I'ma give it to you, bitch. No. I'ma give it to you, bitch.
It could have been as simple as, you know what, Roxanne, I'm sorry. My daughter shouldn't have been disrespectful to you. But no, T got offensive and it blew up.
Your daughter's a bully.
Weren't you just telling T to stop talking about other people's kids? So T's out here hulking it out.
I don't involve myself in kids, but you better believe when you mention my daughter and you a grandmama, I'm coming for your mother ass. Just like any grandmama sitting here.
Roxanne's in the house yelling into a void.
It shocks her that I'm feeling some type of way. Like, are you really living in denial?
Now, I think both parties are being what some doctors call immature as f*** for a bunch of grown women. I also have to agree with T on this one. She shut up and let Roxanne talk, and regardless of what was about to come out of her mouth, Roxanne did not extend the same courtesy. And you know what? She doesn't have to, right? But don't be incensed because the person you basically told to shut the fuck up after you called her daughter a disrespectful bully doesn't take it well. Maybe don't grab a chair like you're gonna throw it. And maybe stop yelling like you're a hard ass while your 20-something daughter is holding you back from fighting another grandma. Sorry, glamma. Very glamorous.
I'm tired of the bullying, man. I'm tired of it. My daughter gets harassed on social media all the time.
Chill the fuck out. Like, I get it. Defend your daughter. You do what you gotta do, but you're literally screaming at the people who agree with you. And there are far too many people in that house that agree with Roxanne, in my opinion. I'm not saying they have to agree with T and Ashley, but my God, the fact that they so vehemently side with Roxanne is very bizarre. So at this point, Roxanne is in the house, and T is outside getting the
"You don't deserve this"
talk from April.
It's not right how she came in. Right, that's right.
Roxanne is going on about Ashley and how she's going to learn to respect Brianna. And I'm not sure how screaming at her and calling her a bully is going to make her do that.
You don't do that.
It's not worth it.
No, it is worth it. You're my daughter. And she's gonna learn to respect you. On her daughter. Bully. She's the common denominator here. Everybody talks about you.
Grab another chair, I guess. And Glamour April continues to help the situation the best way she knows how.
We can talk about. Hey,
I can't stop looking at April. She's going crazy. She's throwing up middle fingers. And I'm just so confused. When did you become T's ride or die?
Kaya's mom, Tiffany, calls T out here for saying that she doesn't talk about the kids.
Like I said, and I stand on my mother word. I don't with the kids. I'll listen to, I see all y'all.
T kept saying, I don't talk about the kids. But she's saying something that's not true. Kaya and Ashley got into an online argument. When instead of T reaching out to me, she goes to the internet and she calls my daughter a name and like, why are we doing that?
But I want you guys to fix your.
So to that point right there, it's one thing for them to fuss with each other. I don't agree with it, but I'm not gonna jump in their crap. You get what I'm saying? But it was like, don't go to the internet and call my daughter a clown with all these other trolls when you could have picked up the phone. You get what I'm saying?
Did you see what was going on?
Which leads to Kaya and Ashley trying to talk out their issues.
When I asked you about the post, you said that it wasn't about me, but then you followed it up with saying, like, if the shoe fit where.
And all the while, Caitlin's about to chew her fucking fingers off while trying to play referee where she isn't even needed.
I don't care that much to have an issue. And to me, Kaya, there never was one.
That's my problem. Right
Okay,
there.
but you can, just because you have an issue doesn't make it my issue.
What? For Kaya's next.
And here's what I take issue with. And I don't want this to come off like some kind of like white savior bullshit. But this is something that like I am very much noting, especially when it comes to Ashley. I know Ashley can be very aggressive and she can be very confrontational, and you can even call her the common denominator in all of these issues. And if you believe Ashley's wrong in all of these issues. But here's what I take issue with. I'm not saying she's right here. I'm not saying Ashley's right. I'm not saying Bree or Kaya are right. I'm saying that Ashley and Kaya are sitting down having a perfectly cordial, civilized, composed conversation. And these bitches are like, Kaya's next. Oh, Kaya's next. As if Roxanne didn't just instigate an entire ass argument and pick up a chair to try to defend herself against nothing. Just seems kind of weird. It seems kind of weird to me. So while Kaya and Ashley are talking things out, and T and Tiffany are talking things out, Roxanne is still pacing in the kitchen and repeating herself.
I'm just done with the bullying, with the harassment. I see you swallow it every
T apologizes to Kaya for hurting her.
If my kid do anything, please call me first. Yeah. Let me set her straight.
Yeah.
Kaya, I apologize. No, Kaya, I apologize because I hurt you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I didn't mean to hurt you.
Thank you.
That's not my intention to hurt you.
Kaya doesn't feel the apology is genuine.
I don't think T's apology is genuine. I think she just apologized because she was in the hot seat and they know that nobody in the house is really with them.
Which is fine. But of course, the person most affected by this is Roxanne. Because, of course.
Oh, now the prayers start. Oh my God, what a fraud.
I was like, oh my God, here we go again. Another fake scene, another fake response, like, stop. And she's a pastor? You gotta be kidding me.
As at this point, Roxanne is just screaming the word pastor into the void.
Pastor! Pastor!
Basically hoping... what she's doing is basically hoping that she'll yell loud enough to set T or Ashley off so she can be the victim of some kind of hate crime against people who repeat themselves.
I'm gonna pray for you, you God in your life.
for attention. And in classic who the hell let her off the couch fashion, Amber decides to insert herself to ask the question that's actually been on my mind, at least.
Why are y'all even on social media talking about each other? Like, stop fighting over dumbass.
But Kaya calls it exactly as it is.
But I feel like literally everybody on the Teen Mom franchise has gotten into it with a co-star.
We haven't, I don't feel like this is. What do you mean?
I'm pretty sure. Have y'all not gotten into it with like Farrah?
No, Farrah's not Ashley for one.
When Amber was trying to insert herself, it kind of threw me off a little bit because I was like, this has nothing to do with you.
Amber and Caitlyn are trying to control the situation, and Amber ends up upsetting Kaya, who was literally just having a conversation that had nothing to do with them at all. Do we have to accost the black women on this show?
To make it seem like they're out of control?
Is that what we need to do? So, because Kaya was upset and she stepped away, Ashley and Kaya moved their conversation to the kitchen to have sort of more of a one-on-one conversation.
I'm tired because I'm sitting and I'm having a mature ass conversation.
Kaya was feeling ganged up on, which I didn't appreciate because that wasn't the purpose of me opening up the floor, because I think a one-on-one conversation is the best way to hash things out.
In my normal life, I deal with trying to express myself without going off.
And then instead of yoinking drinks from April, Caitlyn decides to insert herself yet again into the same conversation to give Kaya an unwanted hug mid-conversation.
Two things we can do. You can say, bitch, I don't you, and I can receive that. Or you can say, bitch, I don't really trust you, and I want to get to, and I want to. Hold on, Kate. Hold on, Kate.
Okay, I'm sorry, I'm mama mode over here.
It's an A and B conversation, and now our C, Caitlyn, is coming in. Mind your own business.
I'll give you all a moment, but I just want to let you know.
While Kate and Amber talk it out like they're Stedler and Waldorf.
They're having a good combo in there, so I'm letting them hash that out.
Who's having a good combo?
Ashley and Kyle.
Well, good.
And then Roxanne, still on one, fighting a battle that no one's spoken about for at least 30 minutes. Carries on like a soldier going to war in the wrong country.
Listen to me. They can hash it all out today.
Yeah, that's right.
And it'll go right back on social media tomorrow, and the bullying
up.
And now, at the ripe old age of 20, as the youngest person in this house, I'd like to introduce you to the most mature person on this show.
Moving forward, I have to get myself out of this opinion that I have about you.
Right.
It's going to take time for me to be able to be comfortable or be able, you know, like, I don't know, but we have a long ass time.
But also, like, you see some funny hit me immediately. And then maybe we can avoid this.
We agree to disagree. I believe everything that she said out of her mouth was a lie. I still think the post was about me, but I'll coexist here for the well-being of this trip.
Well done, Kaya. 15 out of 10. Gryffindor wins the house cup. So things are starting to calm down. Everyone's chill. Jade makes some fucking cinnamon rolls.
That fight really got out of hand and went from 0 to 100 so quick. I'm gonna go make my cinnamon rolls now and try to, like, wind down.
T and April are about to conquer the world.
Come on, April. Hips don't lie. Hips don't lie. We got to get food.
And then April, all fueled with the White Claw, apologizes to Roxanne for flipping her off earlier, like she was in the front row at NASCAR.
I want to say I'm sorry. I flipped you off in the window, so I just want to say I'm sorry. I didn't realize it was you. Yeah, I was in the moment.
And Roxanne is just desperately trying to get away.
And I know you can understand.
I flipped you right back.
I know you did. So I just want to say I'm sorry.
Which I get, because at this point, April is drunk and, like, messy drunk at this point. But, like, going on about how, like, you can't... Not accepting apologies from someone just because you want to make a point, just because you want to further be the victim, just because you further want to make it a bigger deal than it actually is bullshit. If you're not going to accept apology because you don't feel that person is sorry, I get that. Or if something they did was unforgivable, I get that. But Roxanne is just a pain in the ass. So the girls are all playing heads up, you know, like moms do when they have access to food, booze, and probably lots of weed. And then the fun comes to a halt when the producers decide to cut April off.
I need the Moscato wine. Give me that one.
Done with the alcohol night.
What? I'm 12. I forgot. You're stupid. I want to go home.
Okay.
Whatever. They took my mother drink away from me. Are you kidding me? April, what the I'll beat somebody up right now.
Where are you, April?
Out there drinking the drink. Please. I want my drink.
And she's pissed.
April. Oh my goodness.
Idiot. Mom. Mom, no. No, Mom, my ass.
I couldn't tell at first if she was actually pissed or if she was like goofing, but I think she seemed like she was actually pissed.
Y'all got your drinks, right? They come and take them away from you?
I have not even had one full drink. That is my first class.
Exactly.
No, but that's not your first class, though.
Don't hurt nobody.
And honestly, I felt for Kate here because you can tell, first of all, her mom being drunk and belligerent is absolutely triggering for her, and rightly and understandably so. So, while some of the girls are scaring Cheyenne with a frog,
Bitch, it better not be a goddamn mother frog. No, it's a frog.
He's gonna jump. He's gonna jump.
No.
I'm not a nature person. I don't want to be in the dirt. I don't want to see any animals.
Larry, the producer, is talking to Roxanne about chilling the fuck out a bit.
Remember we had conversations that we don't want to get past this.
No, I know.
You expressed yourself.
Yeah.
Right? You made your points. They're not going to always be solved right away, right?
I
You know
agree.
that. But if we think we can all just kind of like be in the same vicinity.
As toxic as T and Ashley are, I'm gonna do my best.
And Jade is making them damn cinnamon rolls. Bree and Roxanne find their way to the kitchen, and against God's wishes, apparently, so do Ashley and T.
Mom and I are in the kitchen, enjoying ourselves. Ashley and her mother pull up right behind my mother. It was an awkward situation.
Even though it still bothers me, I'm just gonna stay in my own lane.
It is what it is at this point.
You can say excuse me.
And that was the moment all hell broke loose.
You can say excuse me. You keep bumping. You can say excuse me. Come on, Roxy.
Stop
Come
being so
on,
dramatic.
Roxy.
Stop being dramatic.
She wants to say that I bumped into her. What the is wrong with you, lady? Are you imagining?
And I'm sorry, but again, I'm Team T on this one. I fully believe Roxanne brushed past her on purpose. Do I think she bumped into her? No, but she brushed into her, and I believe it was on purpose. I have a hard time believing the woman who's been trying to instigate a fight the entire time did that on accident. I feel like she wanted a reaction out of T. She wanted a reaction out of Ashley. She'd been screaming at them from inside for what feels like my whole damn life. If you're making a point to not say excuse me, you're an instigator.
You can say excuse me. When I walk by people, I say excuse me. You know we got phone. Just say excuse me.
No, I'm not gonna say excuse me.
You bump me, I'ma grab your mother ass.
Come on. It's not that serious.
But it is.
No,
Just
come on.
Brianna, no, I want to talk to you because you're her daughter and I want to respect that, okay?
Oh, now you want to respect my daughter.
Let's not. We not. Your mom can't bump me.
I didn't bump you. You did.
No.
You did.
Mother, you don't know. Stop it.
You stop with the.
Oh, you stop it.
No, because if y'all want to go toes, we really can.
Let's
can.
go.
So then we can.
Let's go.
We really can.
Let's go. They don't want that. Let's go.
We really
Come on.
can.
Yeah, Ashley, go.
Why you up there? Get down, baby. Get down.
Yes, that is Brianna DeJesus, a full-grown adult woman standing on a counter in her pajamas, being filmed for television, trying to fight her co-star.
We can.
Bree, hell the no.
Get down. No, so I could kick you in your.
Please put a pin in that sentiment for just a hot second.
Bro, you can't fight.
No, you bitch.
You can't fight.
You.
Down. Come down, baby.
You should never address my mother. Bitch, you're trash. You're beneath trash. That's really how I feel about you. And now I'm going to show you that.
My ass.
She spit on me.
This is the whole ordeal. Ashley spit on Brianna. And this has started kind of a hot debate because Spitting on someone is technically assault. Obviously, no one in the situation is in the right by any stretch. Both of these grown-ass women who have children of their own are acting insanely and stupidly immature. The fact that there was even a threat of physical violence over some talk online is absolutely fucking stupid. I can also agree that spitting is vile. It's assault. It's the ultimate sign of disrespect, save for like pissing on somebody. It's disgusting, particularly during the time of our Lord and Savior, COVID-19. However, when you tell someone you're standing on a counter so that you can kick them in the fucking throat, baby, you get what you get. You don't make threats and expect nothing in return. So again, despite the fact that I agree that she seems to be the common denominator in a lot of these altercations, I'm firmly Team Ashley here. But to be clear, I'm mostly Team grow the fuck up and act like an adult. So now there's a full-on fucking brawl in the kitchen.
What the f is going on?
T's ready to throw a bottle of wine.
T has a bottle of wine, and she's swinging it, ready to throw it.
Brianna trucks a fucking hydro flask, which weighs so much it could literally knock a person unconscious.
Brianna throws this big, heavy metal water bottle. It was really heavy. It could have hit anybody.
My God, how do you all handle your children if this is how you act with adults? Are you okay? Roxanne is out here baptizing T with a bottle of water.
T is like a possessed demon. You want to throw wine, I throw water at you. I baptize you, mother.
And I know that's representation of her vagina right now because she has been waiting for this moment all night. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. I'd walk into a burning building for my mother. I love her more than most things. But I'd throw her out my damn self if she ever acted like Roxanne or like T.
And Ashley started yelling at my mom. And I was like, whoa, tonight you're not gonna do that.
I think what Ashley said was, yes, you did bump into my mom, but okay, if that warrants, I'm gonna kick your face in, sure, okay. I'll see you at the playground after school.
I'm gonna kick her face in, and then things got out of control.
No, you won't. Sit the fuck down. You look like Mr. Brady. Your fucking weird plaid jammies. Are there slipper loafers to go with those, sir? Anyway, then Jade wakes up for whatever reason.
How old are you? How old are you to be acting this way?
The funny thing about that question is you can ask it to literally any of these four women and it would still be a relevant question.
It's unforgivable what they did. You spit in Brianna's face, nowhere.
First of all, unforgivable is a weird term to use because I'm pretty sure they're not sorry and I'm pretty sure they don't give a fuck. Second of all, your daughter threatened to kick another woman in the throat. And honestly, at this point, I don't even remember what for, but you might want to reassess. So at this point, Macy, Caitlin, T, and Ashley are outside talking, and Caitlin reveals something that seems like we shouldn't know, and for some reason feels like we missed like 35 conversations about why this would even come up.
I'm worried about Ashley. I kind of asked Ashley if she was pregnant because the outfit she was wearing and I could see a little bump. Like, I suspect something is going on, but I'm not 100% sure.
What kind of fucking woman asks another woman if she's pregnant without any sort of indication or knowledge or friendship? Mind your own business. Mind your mother for that matter. Ooh, cinnamon rolls.
Roxanne, you want something sweet? I got you something sweet, though. Got you something sweet. I cut them down a little bit. Got you a little, look. Sugar.
So Kate decides to take it upon herself to start a telephone chain of Ashley's pregnants.
I hear Kate mention that Ashley may be pregnant. What the So Kate told me Ashley might be pregnant.
Pregnant? Where'd she get it? It's crazy. Like, does her mother even know about it? That she's pregnant? Like, what's going on?
Well, her mother doesn't quite live in her asshole like some mothers do. So I guess it could just kind of go one way or the other.
That's reckless and irresponsible. She's pregnant. She's acting like that.
Who said she's pregnant?
What happened?
They're saying Ashley's pregnant.
I'm asking for you guys to all just kind of, just hang out here while I chat with both parties involved and we decide on next steps.
I think last year I learned a lesson. I had to leave and get put up in another hotel.
The bitch is 80 pounds. I will literally work her like a part-time job, Larry.
You're gonna go to a different hotel.
No. Shut the door, let's go.
I came here with my mother and I really wanted my mom and me to experience this whole thing, and I wasn't gonna let anybody stop that from happening. And I think I was mature enough not to get super escalated.
I'm sorry, you did what? Was that not you standing on a counter telling someone you were going to kick them in the fucking throat? Was that not you that threw a Hydro Flask across the room trying to hit another person? Was that not you that jumped off that counter to try to attack another person? Do you do that at home? Is that normal for you, or?
Here's what we're going to do. We're not going with anybody wrong or right. The safest situation here tonight is to take you guys, because I think there's a lot of...
No, take them.
No. I'm just going to bring you guys to a hotel tonight.
Bring them. Them bitches started it.
It's not about that.
It is, Larry.
It's not.
I'm telling you what the it is, because I'm looking at what the it is. Tapes to see who started the physical.
I am respectfully saying to go to a hotel tonight for your safety.
No. My safety? Larry, are you kidding me? For my safety, you better worry about them mother bitches, because they ain't worried about me. No, my safety, my mother ass.
Yes, T. I'm sure that will give him the confidence to let you stay. Listen, I'm of two minds about the whole thing, because, like I said, during the fighting times of COVID-19, please wear a mask and stay safe. It seems very irresponsible to spit on someone. It's also just generally gross and degrading and assault. But on the other hand, Roxanne and Brianna did start it. Unless they have edited out something that I did not see, they started it. They continued to escalate. And now Roxanne is playing a game of gaslight everyone inside by telling them that Ashley and T didn't take on anything of what Coach B said during the day's activity.
She's so angry that she hits really hard below the belt. She didn't observe anything that Coach B told her today.
As if one exercise in a mud hole is going to fix someone's entire being. So Larry tells Brianna and Roxanne that they also need to be removed because Ashley and T are also being removed, and they are being moved to a hotel.
Yeah. For everyone's best interest, Bree and Rox also need to be removed from the group so we can evaluate how we can move forward.
Which in my opinion is fair, because all four women engaged.
Everybody is going to be safe from each other, and this is the best way to achieve that.
Producer's telling me to go, and I'm in shock because I wasn't the aggressor. I wasn't here to cause problems.
No, but your mom definitely was, because she started it up immediately.
I was literally trying to defend myself.
Defending yourself isn't really necessary against someone just saying, yeah, you did that.
Your generation, you guys don't know the rules.
No, actually, some of us do.
No, we do.
Spitting on someone is awful. It went too far. They crossed the line, and I just don't know how they can come back from that.
Yeah, me either. So that's the end of episode 3. In episode 4, not a whole lot changed. Caitlin woke up with like hella anxiety, and she hashed it out with Coach B and with her mom.
You know, there was a couple instances of my mom and like some of her friends being drunk and passed on the table, and I was like old enough, but I would go over there and, you know, give her a blanket, give her a pillow, like taking care of, you know, making sure she's okay.
So who was taking care of Kate when you were doing those things and you were...
Me.
It was actually a really sweet, emotional session. And Ashley did confirm that she is pregnant. She found out the day before Bar went to jail. and she and T decided to leave.
But, I mean, do y'all ladies want to stay? What do you think? I mean,
I don't want to stay. None of this seems worth it to me.
I'm relieved Ashley wants to go home. I know I'm ready to go home. And let's be honest, they probably wasn't going to let us back anyway.
And then Brianna and Roxanne were also told they had to leave.
In this case, the throwing of the yellow water bottle canister. That is a significant breach of contract and the rules that we discussed. And so there.
I threw that first before she spit at me?
It doesn't matter first or not. And it also, it's going to apply to all of you, okay? So you're gonna have to go home.
I'm in shock.
Which, again, woke Jade up.
I hate these people. I hate this.
I think it's wrong that Brianna has to leave.
God.
I feel like I just need to go home.
Oh my God, I want to go home so bad.
And I am very confused by her reaction. I'm very confused by all of their reactions, because as everybody started to find out that Bri and her mom were asked to leave, they were like stunned. And I'm just wondering, like, am I watching this with like a different set of eyes? Because like I watched Roxanne lose her mind the entire time and try to start a fight and start instigating shit. And like, are you really surprised by all this? Brianna launched herself off a counter. Like, I know Ashley spit in her face and that's bad and gross, and yes, assault, I got it. They're both wrong, but like, Brianna launched herself off a fucking counter. Anyway, very, very weird, disproportional reactions to this. I'm curious to see how it goes next week. I'm kind of sad they all went home because I feel like the rest of the season is going to be kind of a dud, but we're going to see where it goes. And if it goes somewhere, we're going to talk about it. My foot is asleep. I think that's it for today. Today's video is very long, unless I cut it down, in which case it wasn't quite as long as I thought it was going to be. It's fun never knowing. Anyway, that's all for today. What did you think about this? Do you agree with B, or are you wrong? Find out in the comments below. I'm just kidding. I welcome healthy discourse and disagreement. Just don't be I have a fun movie analysis. I have some more drama videos. I have another Teen Mom video. I have another Gilmore Girls video. I have all kinds of things coming your way. I actually have some extra stuff coming to Patreon very shortly, and keep an eye out for that. All the links to all the Patreon, channel memberships, social media, my merch, Amazon storefront, all kinds of crazy garbage. It's all down below. You can find it there. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe and all of that good stuff. Thanks for being here. I appreciate you. I hope you have a wonderful day. Stay tuned for the outtakes, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye. It's okay. The only people judging us is everyone. Things escalated quickly.
Stronger bonds.
I think I had too much caffeine today. Mountains. Here's a cohesive video for you, which makes sense if you don't think about it.